Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Shining Lights Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Linda Likely, or you can call me Linda. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to pay off debt. I've been talking about several things that has to do with money, has to do with our finances, and things that can help you. We know that we have been going through a lot during this time, during the pandemic, with finances, with different things happening in our economy, with inflation, with high gas prices, with a lot of increase of a lot of things, and even the Federal Reserve, they're supposed to be in a meeting today or tomorrow, deciding whether to not raise interest rates. Well, if you're in debt and you do not have fixed rate loans, such as let's say credit card debt, any kind of small loan, a loan that has variable rates that the interest rates can change or increase. If your mortgage rate is not, if you haven't closed on your home yet, it affects too when you get ready to purchase a new home. And then we learned that a lot of people in June walked away from mortgage loans because of the high, the interest rates and the cost, right? So what I'm focused on today is how to pay off debt. Um, I have a business. I have more than one business, but one of my business, by Grace Tax Services LLC, in that I offer services to my clients to help them that need help with debt. So anytime that you want a consultation, a free consultation, for 15 to 30 minutes, you can go to my website, and I'll make sure, if you're streaming live, it's live.visita.com/site/by Grace Tags, and it should be in the description. If it's not in the description box on the streaming live, then I will make sure I put it in. But if you're listening in on any of the podcasts, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or any of the podcasts, you can go to By Grace Tax Services LLC. Make sure it's By Grace Tax Services LLC, and you can see the services that I offer. And it'll take you, if you go to Google it, you can actually go to my website and go to the portal. It's also a scheduling site. When you go to Google, the scheduling site that has the portal, it'll take you directly to get a free consultation. But it's so important that right now we are trying to eliminate debt. So many Americans are trying to live out of their means, getting the big houses, getting the big cars, and it's okay to get those things that you want. And God will give us the desires of our heart. But long as you can pay for it, and it's not leaving you in debt and stress, and you know, wondering how you're going to pay for it, because mental health is very important, and that plays a role. Having a lot of stress with debt and a lot of things, trying to figure out how to pay for it, right? And a lot of Americans, after even receiving the stimulus payments that we have gotten, we have received by the president, a lot of people did, we spent money on things, and some people spent money on things and didn't save. So it's so important. You have been hearing me say about saving and investing. Saving, in case of times like this, that you would have at least 2 or 3 months worth of your expenses saved, that'll help you in case something happens. Because they're saying we're not in recession, some people saying we are, but if we end up in it by the Federal Reserve, you will have money in case of layoffs, because recession causes jobs to be people to be laid off and losing income or reduced income. So it's so important that we're saving and also investing for our future. The investment part is for the future. And I shared more videos. I shared this on the podcast as well as how important it is to invest. I learned myself. I did not know when I was young. I wasn't taught that by my parents. They didn't know. So it's so important to make sure you're saving and you're investing, because once you put that, the money in and you invest, then you will have something, you will have money working for you and you will have assets. It's always important to have more assets than you do liabilities or expenses and debt. So how to pay off debt? Me and my husband worked on a plan in 2019. Didn't know nothing about the pandemic. But when the pandemic came in 2020, we was working still on getting out of debt. A lot of things had shut down and closed down. So we created a budget, we created a plan to get out of debt, eliminate a lot of our big debts, right? We see Americans a lot in debt and student loan debt. Woo. And now they said, because of everything going on with the economy, it's a lot of people that are defaulting on their car loans. So it's very important to eliminate debts. Eliminate the debts, y'all. If you have income coming in, work on paying off, I would say, do what's best for you, but I would say try to eliminate the biggest debts. That's what we focus on. Make a plan for the biggest debt and work your way down to the smaller debts. But you have to do whatever works for you. Now that what worked for me and my husband. We focus on one at a time, just eliminating, knocking them out, continuing knocking those debts out. If you do not have income, make sure you're trying to get a job. You create a business. You got money working for you, hustling, trying to get income to pay off the debt. Now, that help. I have helped people that didn't have financial means to get the lender to work with them to help them, because many people get behind for months. And when you go past two, we talking about repossessions, we talking about a lot of things. So the worst thing that you can do, and I know I have done it in the past, is to let the debt just keep going and not saying nothing to the lender. Make sure you're always discussing and talking to your lender, because they can help you and they can work with you so that you could help you pay off your debt. But not saying nothing to them, or not trying to do anything is the worst thing that you can do. So always talk to your lender if you having problem with anything, so that they can create a plan to try to help you. Maybe you can consolidate, pay off some of them. You get a loan if you can, to pay off all of the smaller or the biggest loan together, and then you will pay in just one payment that won't be so bad as you paying all the individuals payments. um but try to work on it. Make sure that you create a plan. Number one, create a budget. Stick to your budget. Stick to your payment plan of your debt, because if you ever work with lenders, and maybe you got to reduce the amount, if you do not pay what you have discussed, then that's what that the repossessions, the bad credit, things happening. So you want to make sure if you discuss anything on the phone, or in writing, that you make sure that you pay the debt. Um, to me, it's best to try to work with the lender the best you can. But if you can't, like I told people, try to write letters, because there are laws to protect. You can actually write letters to the lender trying to show that you're working with them to help pay off your debt, or you trying to get some kind of help to pay off your debt. And again, there's laws to protect you, so the debt collectors cannot harass you and call you. And Lord, we see in so many um robocalls. I know on my phone so many different robocalls, and they actually do not supposed to, debt collectors are not supposed to call you late at night or anything, but some things has gotten out of hand, and there are laws in this country to protect you against that with your debt. Um, God did not call us to be in debt. He did not call us to be in poverty, even though some of us, I understand that some people are born in poverty, born poor. I'm born poor as well. But just because you were born poor in a family that didn't have much, don't mean that you're supposed to stay there, right? God has an awesome plan for all of us. He wants us set free, even with that free. Amen. Oh, no man, nothing but to love one another. So we have to be wise with our spending. Uh, be wise, use wisdom with your spending, and making sure that you're trying to eliminate debts as much as you can. Now, you see me promoting, if I'm on social media, I'm promoting business credit and credit. Now, credit can be used to benefit you if you use it wisely and you pay um things that help you. If you can invest in things that are gonna make you money, that not gonna cause you no debt and no high debt, then you can do it. But if you're not well at managing your debts, and you keep getting a lot of credit and getting into debt and overspending, then you're gonna see yourself in a lot of debt. So try to pay off, I said, the large. Work on the large and the small. Once you knock those small ones out, that's gonna help a lot. But you want to eliminate the biggest one. Um, Again, so always try to create a plan. 4 strategies to pay off, and this is credit card debt faster. Um, you develop a plan, like I said, and stick to the plan. Focus on paying the high interest rates cards first, or cards with the smallest balance. Um, when you pay more than monthly minimum on credit cards, because you'll pay less in interest overall. We get the credit card statements, and you might have spent, let's say, 150 on a card that's, I'm gonna say, $500 credit limit or $1,000, and they send you $15 minimum payment or $20 minimum payment due. It's best to pay more, than that minimum payment. And also it will help your credit. If you're not some of that credit utilization down, it'll help your credit score. So it's important that you create a plan, focus on the ones with the high interest rate cards or the loans or anything you got with the smallest balances. And then try to pay more than just the minimum if you can. Let's say, for instance, with a loan, you have a loan that's $100 and you got a balance on it. Why try paying 150? Try paying 130 or 120 more to try to eliminate some debt and some of that to pay that less interest. Because sometimes you keep paying just the amount, you be stuck there for a while. Um Trying to see. Yeah, consolidate debt. Consolidating your debt lets you combine several high interest balances into one with a lower rate, so you can pay down your debt faster without increasing payment amounts. That will help you. You can transfer balances, and sometimes even tap into your home equity. If you have equity in your home, you may be able to use it to pay down car debt. A home equity line of credit may offer a lower rate than what your cars charge. Be aware that closing costs also apply. Also, transfer balances. Take advantage of a low balance transfer rate to move debt off high interest cards. Be aware that balance transfer fees are often 3 to 5%. but the savings from the lower interest rate may often be greater than the transfer fee. Always factor that in when considering this option. Review your spending habits. Budget. Make sure you're budgeting. Uh, Pay with cash. Use financial windfalls. Commit raises, bonuses, or other financial windfalls to debt reduction rather than adding these funds to your monthly spending pool. Use this extra money to chip away at your debt. Anytime you have extra money that you can put forth to the debt, try doing that. That will help you eliminate the debt. I always say, like I said, sit down, create a plan, think about it, go over all your finances, and really think and talk to pray to the Lord, talk to Him to help you regarding your debts, so that you won't be stressed out, your credit score going down, and you're not able to even get money because you want to have some access to money with credit, and not that keeps you from getting access from borrowing money that can benefit you with things. So we have to be careful, you guys, not to get in all of that debt. I have shared some things on here, and I hope that this helps you with anything that you're trying to do. But this is a time, you guys, that we really need to really, create a plan. If you have not, create a plan, create a budget. You can get budgets. You can find out about budgets. You can Google everything with the internet these days. We have cell phones. And just create a plan and just knock them out. Every time, just knock them out. That was me and my husband. We focus on this. We eliminate this one. Then we eliminated this, that. Then we eliminated that. And then we kept on until we eliminated a lot of that, which now is so much better. At one time, it had got bad. We couldn't even borrow money. But now we don't even have to worry about it because now the lenders be trying to chase us. and then you can say no. If you started making more wise decisions, how it was when you in debt. You don't ain't so quick to jump back in. And so many people, when they get rid of that, even when they be doing that credit repair and different things to get stuff restored, they get right back in the same situation of bad debt and bad credit. So we have to think about what we doing, and when we get straightened out, eliminate that, not to jump back in it. Buy what you need, not what you want. And don't be trying to compete with the Joneses, because the Joneses be suffering too. Okay? All right, you guys. I have enjoyed sharing with you guys, and I look forward to another Shining Lights podcast. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can also look in the description box. Also, if you're listening in, you can look at the description on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We're on so many, guys. Anyone that you own. Okay, y'all be blessed and have a great day. And remember, you can be debt free. Seek God. And seek God and talk to Him and pray, and He will help you. And remember that you have to work your way out of debt. You have to put your faith into action. It don't just happen like a genie. You got to put in some work. So continue to work on it, and may take some time. It took us, look, it's 2022. We started on in 2019, and we see that we accomplished a lot. It may take time, you guys, but it's so worth it. Y'all be blessed and have a great day. Okay? You too can be debt free. You can do this. You can come out. All right? Just keep going and don't give up.